And this frame
55.
only been going 4.5 minutes, and already Ronnie accelerating to the winning line in it. This is the sort of thing that
62.
Neil will be wary of, letting up easy chances and giving Ronnie the opportunity to get his arm going. Can reel frames off in quick fashion. You don't want to allow him to get too much momentum, because we all know how dangerous that can be.
63.
But there's pink and one more red, and this frame is over.
Steve Dawson there, the World Snooker Tour chairman. Julian Bell refereeing his first ranking final here.
69.
Done a fine job so far. So this red, and he's pulled one back, and just needed one chance, didn't it? That error
70.
from Robertson. And this is what can happen. It didn't happen in the first frame of the night. Has done in this one. And what a lovely shot to get them all into play. So chance for
76.
another total clearance. Of course, he made the two maximums last night, plus a 1-4-2 and a 1-3-4, another couple of total
77.
clearances as well. I get the feeling we'll be talking about that match for a long, long time. But right now, his only interest is this match and making it closer.
84.
Yeah, this has been so quick from Ronnie. It was a good chance when he
85.
came to the table off the mistake from Neil, but hasn't he taken them well?
$91.
I suppose he may be thinking what could have been had he not have made that positional error in the previous frame.
92.
Had gone on to win that frame at that visit, then potentially this sort of visit too.
Well, 6 years ago, Neil Robertson was the opponent when Ronnie O'Sullivan made his 1,000th career century.
98.
Two more pots. This will be another 300 on top of that. 1,300 centuries. And it's his 11th in this tournament. And what a time to make it. He needed that, didn't he? And if there's more to come, he could still win this match.
106. 107. 112. 114. 117. 121. 126.
So it's put right what happened in the first frame of the night. Needs more of the same, of course. But as Stephen said, it's just the speed of it.
132.
7 minutes the break's taken. 8 minutes for the frame. Ronnie O'Sullivan.
139 on the frame. Ronnie O'Sullivan.
Total clearance. The crowd loved that one. Ronnie O'Sullivan narrows the gap to 7-3.
Yeah, it really was a great break from Ronnie in the last. It was a poor safety shot from Neil, completely misjudged. Sent the red over the left corner with the cue ball. A double kiss then meant the red was left available. As we mentioned right at the start, it's important for Neil to not get too carried away, not get too excited, which he won't, but also not get too stressed at the fact that Ronnie may come back at him. Does have breathing space, but he needs to still continue on how he played from this afternoon.
Yeah, this is where experience comes in. I'm sure he's prepared himself for, you know, a possible onslaught, but he knows, of course, as we all do, he can make those breaks as well. The chance comes.
Yeah, it's a strange feeling, these multi-session matches, and of course I've never been in a position to know what these guys are going through really, but when you are in front and there's a big gap between sessions, even that, just what you do in between sessions, how do you get yourself right to not start thinking about the winning line, just stay in the zone, stay focused, and equally when you're behind as well, what do you think about? There's a lot that goes on away from the actual playing side of the game. As Ronnie attempts that red and doesn't get too close to it. Hampered by the green.
Made a few plants, hasn't he, in this tournament already? Buying another one.
Yeah, and he's not right behind it, and there is a bit of room between them. Right in the heart of the pocket. Wasn't able to judge the cue ball as well as he would have liked, but at least the red's gone in. He's still got control of the table. Again, just not getting down and playing just a half-hearted safety shot, just making sure that he knows exactly where he wants to put Ronnie O'Sullivan to get him in the most amount of trouble.
Neil Robertson, 1.
I think that's been a feature of Robertson all week. His all-round game's been very good. You know, it hasn't all been, you know, big breaks every frame, but you know, we saw him battle with Mark Selby. We saw him battle with Ali Carter. Come out on top both times. Elliot Slessor yesterday. Meanwhile, Sullivan's caught that a little on the thick side. It's okay. Yeah, I just think Robertson, his all-round game's been really good. So if one part of it hasn't been, you know, 10 out of 10, other parts make up for it. For example, in this match, his long game, he's down at 37% long potting, which for Robertson seems low.
Yeah, the long game, there was a few in the early parts of the match where neither player really could get close to a long ball. At pace, they were missing them thick. Slower, they were missing them thin. It was a little bit all over the place. There's now a chance for Neil to find his long game.
So many kisses there, he didn't really know what was going to happen. I thought at one stage he might have fluked that red, but what he hasn't done, he's left a sitter. Yeah, there's the long pot stats. O'Sullivan 50-50, but Robertson down at 35% now.
Well, he's setting himself for this mid-range red. Once again, slightly awkward cueing with the bridge hand. Oh.
1.
That really was sweetly struck.
because he's got this cue made by Sonny Akani, who's a Thai professional. I noticed he put a message up earlier today apologising for not replying to everyone's emails. He'd been swamped, as you can imagine, by people wanting cues from him, so it's a bit of bonanza for him once he's worked his way through them all.
Yeah, I saw the same as well. Poor lad, he's just trying to practice for
6.
the qualifiers that he's got coming up. In a couple of weeks' time, he's been inundated with orders all of a sudden.
7.
Because obviously, if you get a Sonny Akani cue, you're guaranteed to make maximums all day long, like the Rocket did last night. It's the secret. But no, in all seriousness, it's great to see Ronnie comfortable again with his equipment. It was a tough watch at times at the World Championship when he was tinkering with, you know, the cue, the ferrule, the tip.
15.
And you know, as a player, you know what they're going through. It's tough. It's not nice. Seems a lot happier now. Now we can just play.
$22.
So another good scoring chance got him with a wonderful red.
23. $28. 29.
Remember, it's nearly 32 years since he won his first ranking title, the UK Championship no less. It wasn't just any old tournament. And he beat Stephen Hendry, the undisputed number
36.
one at the time, in the final, a week before he turned 18 years of age. That's how he announced
37.
himself on the snooker world, on the wider world as well. And we're still fascinated by him, aren't we?
44.
Yeah, because there's so many good players now on the tour, and there's so many that make the game
45.
look very easy. But no one makes the game look like Ronnie O'Sullivan makes it look.
$52.
And you really can't take your eyes off him when he's at the table.
53. $60.
So once again, the break time heads towards the 4-minute mark, and already
61.
we've arrived at virtually frame ball. One more red needed to guarantee Neil stays in his seat.
$67.
Well, if
68.
it's going to turn round, this is how it'll happen. It'll be one visits. So he's made up for what happened in the first frame of the night by quickly winning the next two.
Yeah, and all of a sudden, what a
75.
massive final frame we've got before the mid-session interval. We said that Ronnie had to win this mini-session at least 3-1. He's got a chance to do that in the next frame.
76. $83. 84.
Well, to make the century, he's going to have to
91.
pop both reds here. Last one nailed to the bulk cushion. But again, it's been
92.
very swift effort, just under 6 minutes this break.
97.
Just
Ronnie
stays
O'Sullivan,
out.
97 and the
But
frame.
97 will do. So Ronnie O'Sullivan dominates 2 frames in a row, and he has pulled it back. And as Stephen says, the next one really is big. Can he continue the comeback here and put pressure on Neil Robertson? It's a big win the mini session, and if he can win the next frame, he'll have done that, and he'll be back to within 2. And I think the concern for Robertson is O'Sullivan just needed the 2 chances, didn't he, to win those last 2 frames.
Yeah, and as well, the response from Ronnie from his own mistake in the first frame this evening, the frustrated attempt at the red to right corner when he ran out of position. You know, he's been known in the past to just blow up at that sort of thing. He's kept his composure, kept his discipline, responded well. The reason why little things like that, the positional error in the first frame this evening, really get to Ronnie is because he's such a perfectionist. You know, he wants to perfect this game. He takes great pride in his cue ball control and making the game look as easy as he does. The second he loses it, he feels like it's messy. Doesn't look very good in his eyes, and to him that's no good.
It's true, if this was a bad match and he won it, I don't think he would derive a lot of enjoyment from that. We'll see. We're heading, of course, into the final mini session, but what scoreline will it be? If it's 7-5, then it really could be a very exciting finish. With everything on the line, the money, the points, and indeed the prestige of winning this title. We saw Judd Trump last year complete the Grand Slam of the 4 majors. And Neil Robertson and Ronnie O'Sullivan, of course, have the chance to do the same here.
Where's this red going to finish? Over the pocket, it seems, or has it just finished far enough up the table where it's too thin? I think it's okay for Ronnie. For a minute there, I thought the red was going to go in. Neil unable to control the object ball, trying to play safe. So what a chance this is now for Ronnie O'Sullivan. The red's already nicely spread thanks to the safety shot that Neil just played. Black available, blue available. Good chance.
Average shot time tonight, 12 seconds. I mean, credit to Julian Bell, actually, the referee, for keeping up. I know he's actually a runner, Julian, so maybe that's why he's been chosen for this match.
Six.
Just about get deep enough on the cue ball there, Ronnie, to avoid, for the most part, main cluster. A little glance off them was fine, and that was a nicely played positional shot. Perfect control, top side of the blue, so looking now to press on. He spent a few moments here just studying and analysing the table and the pack of reds, just trying to figure out his pattern play. How does he want to go about this break? Once in his mind it becomes clear, that's when the rhythm, the tempo starts to take place. It's almost like just doing a recce of the table, figuring out where he wants to go before he can unleash. This was a nicely played shot. Again, the percentages were in his favour going into the back of the pack. Felt that he'd be unlucky to not land, and he is on a red. Just needs to be mindful of the cue ball though. Looks as if it is going into other reds unless he can get deep enough to avoid them. The one good thing is that he pushed the pink into play also from that previous shot, so he's 1 or 2 good shots away here from making this a great chance.
21.
Again, the shot selection took any doubt out of the equation. Played the percentages. There was value going back up for blue or bought colour. Bigger area to play into rather than trying to be too cute down this end.
23. 24. 31. 32. 38.
Since winning the first frame of the night with that 37, Neil Robertson's only potted 1 ball. Well, that's a period of about 15 minutes. So, just shows you how quickly things can narrow. Still work to do here, but O'Sullivan fans will be cheered by his attitude here, because he did just lose a little bit of discipline, didn't he, in that first frame, but he's refocused.
45.
Yeah, and we're looking for moments that may spark Ronnie into action, and quite often we think about
46.
the positive moments, the big breaks, the big shots, the long balls that are flying in, the clever shots that he can play, but maybe that error in the first frame was the switch that he needed. Maybe that's something that's inspired him to re-find his focus, because that's all it was a lapse. Lost the cue ball, had no reason to play a bad positional shot. Maybe that has almost just given him the boost that he needed to find this level.
52. 53. 59. 60.
The black will put him 67 in front, with 67 available.
$67.
So this red to middle, 7-5. Game very much on. It's not only winning the 3 in a row, it's how he's done it. He's needed 3 chances, hasn't he? And he's made 3 frame winning breaks. And it's happened very, very quickly as well.
74. 75. 81.
So Can he go on to make what would for O'Sullivan be a 12th
82.
century of the tournament? Remember, it's only his 5th match. He came in the last 32 stage.
$89.
Well, the red stays out.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 89.
Following the
And the frame.
39 and 97, a great rearguard action from the Rocket. So this is still potentially